So the dreaded sickness bug has hit the house again. Right on cue with back to school, of course. Bedroom's a pigsty, everyone's knackered. And to top it all off, it's now 1,000,000,000 degrees again out of nowhere. I was starting to get in a really autumny mood and then boom, not impressed. Anyway, let's disinfect the entire house. If you've got a phobia of sickness, swipe away because I'm going to be talking about it. So first thing I did was dig through the massive pile of laundry to find some bed sheets. I wasn't anticipating I'd need them so soon because I'd only just put a fresh set of bed sheets on. I am tired, guys, bear with me. I'm still not back to 100% after the sleepless nights. When you're on high alert and listening out for the slightest sound that they might wake up and be sick. Oh. Anyway, let's get started on this enormous pile of washing that I started and didn't get round to putting away. Standard. Please ignore my atrocious folding, by the way. It's not a strong point of mine. But yeah, it's so funny I'm posting this right now. And I touched on this in the previous video. But it was around this time last year I started making videos on TikTok. And one of the first ever videos I posted on there was a cleaning after a sickness bug video. I'd made a few videos before that, but I'd never done a voiceover on them before that. I just found it so nerve-wracking, I couldn't get my words out. But when I made that particular video, I really wanted to tell the story of what happened. And I just thought, I'm going to be brave, I'm going to do it. And it turned out to be the first video over there that went viral. And that kind of showed me that people resonated with what I had to say and they enjoyed the voiceovers. And yeah, it's just funny because a year later, I'm now on YouTube, posting about the exact same topic. And I have a sickness bug to thank for it. Because I know for a fact, if I hadn't posted that video on TikTok, I would never have gotten the confidence to start posting on YouTube. And I guess my point is, for anyone who wants to start making videos but they just feel too shy, my advice is just go for it. It's crazy what can happen in such a short space of time. And what you want to put out there will resonate with people. There are so many different kinds of people in this world and so many different niches. Anyway, this sickness bug, it's been a nightmare, as they always are. But nothing beats what happened last year, when me and Charlie thought we'd got away scot-free, and then we both woke up at the same time in the middle of the night, one of us with the poos and one of us throwing up. By the way, yes, that is the washing up bowl that I'm bleaching there. Yes, we did use it as a sick bowl, you've got to do what you've got to do. But yeah, we both woke up with it coming out of either end and we couldn't make it to separate toilets. So that was a bonding experience. But this time round, Ike's the only one that had it really bad. He's my youngest, he's just turned 2. And how it started was a bizarre experience. I'd just picked Rudy up from the school run, we'd almost made it home, and he vommed all over himself in the pushchair. And I thought, it's all right, no need to panic, because we're literally just walking into our estate. And just as I was saying that to myself, this French bulldog comes out of nowhere, darts past us, out of the estate right towards the main road. So I'm stood there with a sick-covered toddler trying to coax this dog back towards us. He's crying, my eldest is laughing, the dog thinks it's a game, my phone's just about to run out of battery. So I think, right, the only thing I can do is go and knock door to door and see if it's someone's dog. And after about the 5th door, we did find the owner, thank God. But that was fun. I'm just glad it's over now. Fingers crossed for another year. There's nothing worse than seeing your babies sick and not being able to take the nausea away for them. I know people hate the actual act of being sick, but it's the nausea for me. I cannot stand it. It's absolutely vile. And then when you've got a toddler that's being sick and you can't explain to them what's happening or why, it's just horrible. But it's part and parcel of your kids growing up and going to school and exploring the world, isn't it? Anyway, I'm just bleaching all the door handles because I've heard bleach is the only thing that kills norovirus, and I didn't know what it was, but I assumed it was that. No, I'm not using the same sponge on the toilet and the door handles, they come in a pack of 10. You won't believe how many people assume I'm using the same sponge just because they're all yellow. But I found people are very quick to jump to conclusions on social media. It's just something you have to let roll off you like water off a duck's back. But it's harder on some days than others because people can be really silly. Anyway, we're just putting some scenty stuff on the carpets to try and neutralise the smell. And then Charlie hung the washing out while I tried to put Ike down for a nap. He's been looking after Ike while I did this entire video. That's another one people like to get angry about. When they see Charlie's in the house but he's not helping me with the clean. 9 times out of 10 he's looking after the kids. And that's hard work too. There's a reason childcare's a profession and people get paid for it. But for some reason people think it's easy as anything when it's done inside of the home. Nah. In my opinion, if both of us are around, it's better one of us do the cleaning and one of us give our full attention to the kids. Obviously that isn't always possible, And I know most of us parents will be in that position a lot of the time where we have to try and get everything done all at once whilst looking after the kids. But on the occasions that I don't have to do that, I won't. And I'm the one that likes to make the videos, so I choose to do a lot of the cleaning. Anyway, we're just bleaching down the surfaces, using bleach on absolutely everything today. The only thing I can't bleach is the carpets, and unfortunately, they do in fact have sick on them. It's alright, I'll have to borrow the carpet shampooer again. Although I have recently found after posting this on TikTok that there are bleach-safe carpets. You learn something new every day. Still not going to risk it though. And I think this house has had enough bleaching for one day. I'm not a fan of using harsh chemicals where the kids and the dog play, but this was a needs-must situation. Apologies for the food in the plug hole there. But yeah, I'm trying to get the house sorted as fast as possible. Because now everyone's better, I want to have a really cosy evening. I cleared the table especially so we can sit round and eat together. If you know me, you know that's a rarity because the table is always cluttered. Just washing the pillowcases and all of the blankets. Because I don't want to be too confident like last time, but I think me and Charlie escaped it this time round. And I want to make sure we continue to escape it. So I was taking every precaution possible. Because I honestly don't think our relationship could survive another ridiculous incident like last time. Nah, I'm joking, but honestly, this isn't the only story I have like that. If anyone watches my TikTok videos as well, I told the story about our first date and that was embarrassing. Yes, I am wearing odd coloured flip-flops, by the way. I couldn't find a matching pair. God, this video's chaotic, isn't it? I am sorry. But yeah, I wanted to snuggle up and watch a movie with the boys. I always find the few days after a sickness bug's left the house and all of the chaos is over, they're just the cutest little days. Because they're so traumatising. Literally, I remember last year what we sat and watched. We had fish and chips and watched Hotel Transylvania. Core memory, that. I wiped the settee down with the pink stuff drops, because I didn't want to risk bleaching it. I thought antibac stuff's the next best thing, isn't it? But yeah, I find sickness bugs extra stressful, because they bring back memories of when I had hyperemesis. I was hospitalised with both of my boys when I was pregnant and it was the worst experience. You can't really explain it to people who haven't gone through it. But I always say to people, imagine the worst food poisoning you've ever had. You can't sit up, you're that nauseous. You can't keep any water down, let alone food. You can't sleep because the room just spins when you close your eyes. And yeah, imagine all of that, but you don't know when it's going to end. There's no comfort in knowing it's going to end in 24, 48 hours. It's indefinite. Just a horrific thing for someone to have to go through. Anyway, enough of that depressing talk, because I've got some flowers for the table. I've made spaghetti bolognese. The house is clean and everything's lovely and cosy again. Mush is waiting patiently for her bowl of leftovers. And then we all snuggled down for a movie night. Ike didn't give a toss, he was just playing with his cars in the background. And then the boys snuggled down in some lovely fresh sheets. Perfect.